As a kid, I was obsessed with these bags. The plastic feel, the poorly made zippers, the pockets to organize all my toys, but most importantly, the design. Having Spider-Man or Bob the Builder on my backpack made me feel like a superhero. I probably churned through around 10 of these as a kid. After rigorous use, the zippers generally fell apart, but the obsession for bags never left me. As an adult, the build quality has improved dramatically, and so has the price. My most recent addition to my adult collection of bags is a new backpack from Pioneer. Just a disclaimer, Pioneer did send this bag out to me to test out, but I did let them know off the bat that I can only share my honest thoughts in these videos, so here they are. Let's do it. Starting off with pricing, as far as backpacks go, it is expensive. Putting it in a similar class to some of my other favorite brands like Dispatch, Peak Design, and Air. So for that price, what do you get? The backpack itself is a very simple design. It has a laptop sleeve that can fit up to a 17-inch laptop. There are 4 pockets on the outside, 2 of which have dividers inside, and the larger pocket at the front does also have a key loop, making sure you're not losing your keys. The 2 pockets on the side are very standard and they can double up as a water bottle holder, but more on that later. The straps offer a good amount of comfort and ample amount of padding. There is an additional material underneath that feels a little bit more resistant, so if you do sweat, it doesn't seep into the bag. On the back, you don't have that much back padding, but it does feel pretty comfortable. There is an additional suitcase loop, which I'm super excited to test out. Some other ones I've used in the past do tend to stretch out over time, but this one in particular does feel thick enough that it will take a good beating. The final things on the outside, you do get a really nice top handle that feels really durable. There is a name tag which comes included. It is removable, but I really like the touch. Diving into the bag, they do use these large YKK zippers for all the pockets, and they can be operated single-handedly. The bag itself can hold up to 25 liters and has a really large opening so you can actually organize your stuff or get to the bottom of your bag. Inside, you'll find a pocket at the back, which is nice for something flat like a book or an iPad. At the front, you have 2 large mesh zipper pockets, which I really like. It's a stretchier mesh so you can really get organized, but also see all your stuff. Finally, at the top, there is an easy access pocket allowing you to put something like sunglasses or a passport, and the material around it is pretty soft. After weeks of using this bag as a commuter bag and a travel bag, I do think this bag leans more towards the travel side. Pioneer has done a ton of research into the fabrics and materials they use for their products. As I was traveling, I didn't have any issues throwing this bag around or filling it to the brim. I've gotten caught in the rain a couple times, and although this bag doesn't look like it, it does have a waterproof membrane, keeping my stuff nice and dry. That said, I probably wouldn't go swimming with it, but it can keep up with a bit of rain. Overall, the bag is very well padded, especially the base here, making sure that your stuff doesn't get crushed when you put your bag down. And despite its durability, Pioneer have still chosen a nylon that is still pleasant to touch. As a commuter, I think this bag fits everything that I need it to, such as my laptop, my lunch, my coffee, and my water bottle, in addition to my running shoes when I'm doing run club after work. I would say the only drawback is that the straps and the back aren't very vented or have much airflow, so if you are in a hot subway, you might get a little sweaty rocking up to work. Another drawback I found whilst flying with this backpack was that when I had my Monos carry-on and I put it overhead, and like a common man I am, I was flying economy. On some of the flights, this bag was a little bit too wide to fit underneath every seat in front of me, which really reduced the amount of leg room that I had. Being a little bit on the taller side, it kind of sucked, and when I could find room to put it above, but when I couldn't, I was just stuck with a little less leg room. The final big drawback in my eyes for this bag is the lack of a water bottle holder. Now you can put the water bottle in the side pocket here, but especially since I ride the bike, I don't want it to be not as secure. So what I would love to see is either a string or a bungee cord that can wrap around the bottle and really cinch it tight, or just a different design, whereas maybe one pocket is a zipper one like this, and one is a different kind of style that can really accommodate a water bottle. A few minor gripes that I had with the bag that totally aren't a deal breaker was the volume of these zippers, they're quite loud. So if you are in, say, a conference and it's quite silent and you go to open your bag, I found it to be quite echoey, the sound of the zipper as I'm trying to get a snack out of my bag. I would say it would be nice if there was a bit more of a theft thought into these zippers where you could loop this zip somehow. And then finally, the lack of a chest strap is something, but not really a deal breaker. The bigger one for me was that there wasn't really a good place to stick this carabiner besides this loop up here near the top handle. These smaller loops around the bag were just a little bit too small to host a carabiner, which in my mind is nice, especially when I put my bag in my basket in the front of my bike. I usually like to just carabiner it to the basket so it doesn't flop out. So calculating all the drawbacks, in addition to all the pros, such as the pockets that make it so easy to organize, the durable material, even the mesh pockets on the inside, the fact that the stitching is so high quality, I would give this bag a solid B+. The final thing I would love to see on this bag, which I do really appreciate on some other bags, is a pocket that they actually insert closer to the back of the bag. So it's actually harder for people to get to, but really easy for yourself to get to and store your passport or wallet. Overall, I'm super thankful and appreciative of Pioneer for sending me this out to test, and I'm excited for what they're doing in the future. Let me know what your favorite backpack is in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.